everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How are all of you this morning? I want to thank you guys so much for all your great comments yesterday. That was such a fun video. It came out so silly and hilarious. I like when it's just spontaneous. And the funny thing is, a lot of people who channel will know this. Oftentimes, it's almost like a vague conversation with people in a very busy spot. You don't remember everything you're saying because everything's so fast and furious, and it's directly like through source, and then it's some of your natural input. So sometimes when I watch my videos back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where that came from, but it all comes from the heart, and it's very sincere. And I have so much gratitude for my guides that help and inspire me, because yesterday I was able to just take hours and hours and research certain topics and meditate and ask my guides about these topics. And the one for today that I came up with is, what great experience or breakthrough or revelation or occurrence is going to happen to you next or soon? Just something that alters your life and shifts your life. Mine sometimes it's just those little shifts where it's me being able to be fully conscious of my actions and shift it just a degree so I can work throughout my day with ease, right? And I feel like a lot of you guys are trying to find out what your purpose in life is. And since our purpose is our compass, it provides the direction in our life and helps us feel fulfilled. You know, even if we encounter challenges along the way, if we identify our purpose, especially if we've never been encouraged to do so, we might feel like we're constrained by rules and responsibilities. However, we shouldn't. We have to know it's absolutely limitless. Like, you could never explain on a resume, like back in my day in the, 80s, like, oh, here, it's one of those things where it is a kind of limitless possibility when you can kind of, I love, one of my favorite readers is Tori the Hope Dealer. I love that. And that's what I kind of associate light workers with. We are hope dealers because our guides and source help us see every possibility, every opportunity in the strangest ways. Like, I just walked out in the kitchen and I realized that I had bought these flowers last week, and I saw them sitting there, and the blossoms were so pretty, and I hadn't changed the water, and usually the cats will eat all the flowers, and they're just blooming so beautifully. And I was like, I just paused, and just by looking at the simple elegance of something living, a plant form, like all of a sudden my heart rate slowed down. I felt really good. Those types of things are what source helps us plug into when we're looking for direction, right? So what is the difference between a goal and a purpose? You can think of goal as something specific that someone wants to achieve. On the other hand, purpose can be described as the reason for wanting to achieve that goal. Purpose, which is all about direction, influence our goals, right? Unlike our goals, purpose is much broader and deeper. And first of all, knowing your purpose requires to understand a couple of things. So when you have these breakthroughs, just say, what are my passions and interests? What are my strengths? What are my skills? What are your greatest qualities and gifts? People really underestimate themselves. So really play yourself up in your head and go, yeah, I remember that time I negotiated A, B, and C. I remember that time I kept my cool under this. I remember this time I figured out this thing and it required calculus and difficult maths. And when you impressed yourself, right, that's where your natural skill sets come up. Your uniqueness, because that's a big part of it. You can get a whole corral of sheeples, put them in a university, tell them the same thing, and set them out all for the same job. It's the unique person that's going to stand out, right? It's a person that thinks a little differently, someone who interprets it on a broader perspective that's going to kind of come out ahead. So what are some of your achievements? Like, I have such a weird spectrum of things. Like, oftentimes I'm thinking, well, what do I want to do on vacation? One of my biggest bucket list things is just go to a huge ranch in Texas. I love Texans so much. I find those people so special. The weirdest things happen to me. Texans win my contest. Cherry's a Texan. There's Stephanie, a whole group of people when I began this process that reached out to me, and they were all Texans. And I thought, that is an amazing place. And I'd love to just go to a ranch and just ride and walk all day and meditate and kind of have like ayahuasca and just be in that vast open sky. I lived in New Mexico, in Taos, New Mexico, and I've got to say, driving through the mountains it is such an experience. It takes your breath away, that type of thing. Again, what are some of your inspirations, and what do you want your life story to be like? That's what's going to help you have these aha moments and these breakthroughs, and these just like, I didn't even know that was possible. And it's time for that. It's really amazing. But most important, it's like the starting part for me is to always reframe any kind of negative idea on any situation or thought back into a positive as soon as it pops into my head. Because when a negative thought comes into your head, ask yourself, is this really true? Our ego will always pop something in and initiate a kind of fear. So we have to be careful with going, just because I have a thought doesn't mean it's real, and most time it's not. It's kind of like a concept, right? It's your brain trying to go, oh, well, what about this? But okay, anyway, let's get started. I find sometimes I have like 7 to 10 minute intros because I get so excited. But you guys are so lovely, and you tell me that you like my stories and some of my, my take on, how to live life in a really kind of cool lane and not get overexcited about stuff. But my one strongest piece of advice is to really be aware of what you're doing, when you're doing it, when you're eating, what you're putting in your body, what you're saying, all of those things, to just slow down. And I'm like a Speedy Gonzalez. I'm quite ridiculous. I have to physically say out loud to myself, slow down and be aware of what's going on. Because when we live consciously, that's when we make the best choices. And we remember things as well, which is nice. So we have 3 cards to choose from. Number 1 is emotions. That's a good thing to work on. Number 2 is belief. And number 3 is free spirit. And I love the corresponding numbers are 12, 4, and 13. And I have your little blossom here. And I finished this lovely strand of the tiniest little labradorites, which is one of my favorite stones, and this stuff glitters like moonlight. It's so beautiful. I like things under under the light that really catch the spectrums and colors. Okay, you guys, so if you want to look at those, I am going to shuffle, and I'm going to use one of my favorite tarot decks right now, but I'm going to use a few of these too. Let me give them a little stir. Whew, okay, nice deep breath. Grab your coffee, get comfy. Again, thank you guys for the beautiful comments yesterday. I was laughing. You guys really crack me up. Right away with emotions, if you chose this card, I feel that if we can recognize an emotion for what it is, something that can create a mood if we're not careful, right? So if it's a negative emotion, it can trigger something. So as soon as we feel that and our body tenses, we take a deep breath and we go, that's not true and that's not necessary. So I'm going to take that. There's going to be traffic. I'm going to be late. People are going to be buttholes at work. I'm not going to be able to comprehend a level of stupidity. Like, we all do that. We anticipate everybody to be colossal a-holes the second we walk in the door of work if we're not having a particularly good time there, right? I used to always do that. I mean, incompetence will abound everywhere, and we're not to judge. Everybody's going through all these things, but there are people that literally could give a toss about their output, their energy they bring to a room, and what we have to do is deflect that. I am like the Invisalign of a human when I see that, because what it is it's static garbage. When people are doing that, I feel like they just take up space. But you can protect yourself so well from that if you just, envision this beautiful silver light all around you and be like, what matters is how I participate in my day, the energy I give out, that I don't let the environment or person or emotion be bigger than me. I am the one in control. I'm not going to be affected by a quantum a-hole. I'm not going to be affected by the fact that everything can't be done in a day. I am not, I'm going to use traffic to listen to a cool video and to inspire me. I whip on Jake Ducey. I get everybody on there. And, I just start listening to things that inspire me. But right away, I feel like that is one of the things that you're going to have a major breakthrough is going to be your emotions. You're going to be able to really, really, be able to tap into them and go, I'm not going to let them be bigger than I am. Chance. You have some big chance for something coming up. You guys, this is pretty epic. Somebody or something in the universe is giving you a chance to shine. You see all this light coming in over the mountain. This is your time to shine. So if you are creative and you have something that you want to expose and bring to the world and offer to the world, it's going to be received exceptionally. Because next you have the gift card, which is saying, this is your natural gift and you're going to be receiving gifts because of this. this, monetary gifts, attention, social media. It's really going to blow up, whatever it is. If you are a singer, a speaker, you're starting a channel, whatever it is, you have what it takes, but it also takes perseverance. And we have to remember that nothing is immediate. I know this, my channel slowly climbed. It was funny. I remember when I had 12 subscribers and I literally thought I was Madonna. I was like, oh yeah, I got a 12 subscribers. I was so happy. You know what I mean? And everything's in perspective. Another thing that's great about you is as you grow and you do well, you become more humble because you realize as God, universe, source sends us blessings, we have to watch out for the ego. We don't say I'm more deserving or I'm more gifted than somebody else. We simply say, wow, we all get a time. We all get this golden opportunity to shine. And that's what's happening with you. And it's a really beautiful, substantial, amazing happening. And your last card right now is self too. This is a self-actualization that you're going through where you're realizing, whoa, if I meditate and slow down and eat mindfully and stay active, and I drink more water, I hold myself accountable to myself. Forget about other people. We can say we're going to do things, but we're not obligated because obligations start to feel like a prison. That's why I don't, promise big. Again, like I was saying yesterday, I like to promise little and deliver big. That way I don't have a massive amount of pressure on myself. And then it's a nice surprise on the other end for my clients and things. So when we really hold ourselves accountable to ourselves, listen, I'm going to eat well. Like yesterday, I made that a priority. I said, let me just try this and have it become a habit. Because as I was talking about Dr. Joe Dispenza's, his thing is once we're conscious that we have a certain behavior, and mine is to go so long without food that I'm like this ravenous animal and I just devour whatever is around. And that's probably not the best dietary choice. And now I said, I'm going to make sure I eat before noon. And yesterday at lunch, Costco makes this crazy quinoa salad. I had some of that. I had grapes. I had blueberries. I felt so good all day. I felt light. I was able to work out, all of these things. I held myself accountable for what I was putting in my body, and I didn't want to eat emotionally or any of that, so I did well. Another thing, this breakthrough that's going to make you feel amazing and gifts is you're going to celebrate the small things. You're going to celebrate these small wins. That's what's going to accelerate into these big wins and you having stamina for these gifts and you being able to expose all this wonderment to the world that you have. I feel you waking up earlier. You're ditching the scarcity mindset. You're really investing in yourself, which means you're going to, instead of seeing people on social media or whatever and going, wow, they really have their act together. They get to get their nails done and their hair done. You're going to implement a little bit of self-care. So when you look at yourself, you go, yeah, I am cherishing me. I am taking care of me. I'm not going to, let my nails get all tore up and get crazy split ends and, not have good skincare routine. You're going to start to cherish and honor yourself. And I'm guilty of that too. It's like I work with my hands and sometimes I look like I climbed out of like a South American diamond mine. Like I was scrounging for diamonds with my bare hands. Like one time I looked at them and I was like, oh honey, no, you can't even put those on camera. And it makes us feel a little raggedy and rough, right? So you're going to self-care, all those things, but you embracing these small things are going to let you see the wonder and magic and everything. And all of a sudden your gifts are going to take off exponentially. And you're also challenging your views. Like, why did I think so small? Like, why did I think that would be, a big win? And you're like, forget it. If I think I can do that, then I can definitely do this. And as you see you climbing these stairs, more and more and more is going to occur for you in a really epic way. Again, it's like you're going to have massive exposure to your gifts, to your talents, and it's really going to take off. So I love that for you. And all it really was is you seizing the chances, you seeing the opportunities, you believing in yourself, you knowing that it's your time. I kind of did that when my last day of work, when I walked in, it was like the air was different. It was like everything was palpable and almost like I could see it under a telescopic lens. All the injustice, the disbalance in the company, the, negative reinforcements. And I was like, wow, it was almost painful. I was like, wow, I accepted this because at that time it was like, and it's not that I didn't feel like I deserved better, but it was out of fear going, well, this is a stable position with benefits. But then I asked myself, do I have any joy in this? And it was like, hella no. So bye-bye. So your breakthrough is definitely you asking yourself those big questions. What do I really want? And you're going to develop powerful habits that have you have breakthrough after breakthrough. So amazing energy, group one. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Melanie. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And if you want a private reading that tells you where this road is going to lead you in love and everything else, I am more than happy to oblige. All my links are down below for my Etsy store with all my handcrafted goodies and everything. If you want to support me, my Patreon link is down there. Thank you to my patrons. You guys are amazing and sweet, and I wouldn't have such a great variety of decks and books and things if it weren't for you. So I appreciate and love you guys. So thanks again, you guys. Come see me on Instagram too. I'm holding contests today. I'm going to announce too. Just by following me, you are eligible for all the contests, free reads, jewelry, all of that stuff. And today's a surprise giveaway, so come see me over there. Beautiful. Number 2 is believe. Right away, if you chose this, this is you, like, I believe in the process of what I'm going through, what I want. Again, you're going to be able to do everything smarter, shop smarter, eat smarter, do all of this. You know that you have the potential, and you're holding yourself accountable. You're going to stay inspired and really take action in all of these things because you have the invoke card. You're able to invoke help whenever you need it to. Dear, Archangel Michael, Raphael, please help protect my dream and my vision and keep me focused. Again, how we do this is absolute conscious and aware behavior. Forget about what happened yesterday and what you should have said, done, or felt. Forget about tomorrow and anticipation, because when we do that, it never comes out how we planned anyway. As we get older, and I speak to older people, they're like, I can't believe how much time I wasted on worry or fear, or if this person liked me, or if I look good. They go, that stuff is so unsubstantial and it's so meaningless. They're like, that's their biggest aggravation, that they basically had a bonfire of crap for hours and hours throughout the day, aggravation, fear, all of these things. And they're like, a lot of things weren't, decades ago available at people's fingertips. They just couldn't put on YouTube or listen to a speaker that inspired and turn them in a new direction to move a muscle and change a thought. But now we have that, so there's no excuses to not be able to find something to meditate on, a beautiful word, a vision, whatever. And your belief in yourself is really big. Part of this is happening because you are awakening spiritually. A lot of you guys say you're elevating. You're seeing synchronistic numbers 1111, 555. It doesn't take much to awaken other than to want it and to pay attention to it. And all the little nuances and beautiful things that come with it are awe-inspiring. I call it a pause in reality, because we live such a false reality, looking around of, oh, look at all that. Oh, look at that. Everything is airbrushed and falsified and so over the top and phony that now with this age of Aquarius, we're really tapped into what matters, how we treat one another, our health, our body, what we do daily, being accountable, practicing gratitude on a huge scale, doing all kinds of things where it's okay to say no. No, I don't want to freaking whitewash your house. I don't want to, lick Rome clean or whatever people get up to these days. They want you to do everything. It's like, no, I want to invest in experiences. That's your thing, investing in experiences, and that's your breakthrough. I don't need to spend my money and go get another coat or pair of boots so I look slick walking around the office or whatever. You're like, I want to invest in experiences. I want to go to New York. I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Greece. I want to drink in culture. I want to see art. I want to take somebody I love to a beautiful meal. Taste every bite, listen to every word they say, be absolutely present, because you're awakening more and more. And you're realizing, I didn't realize how funny this person was. I didn't realize how dynamic and cool and wonderful my family, my insane pets are. I didn't realize, every once in a while I'll look on my wall and I'll be like, oh my God, I forgot Eleni painted me that picture. And I'll stare at it for 20 minutes and be like, damn, because she is so gifted. And she was always handing me paintings. Oh, Melanie, I made you this and that. And it's like, I just forget, how we have stuff around us and we become invisible to us. This is you being awakened to the beauty and magic that's all around you. And this is the biggest part of it. You're having a state of presence. You are aware. You also are becoming a bigger presence in your family, in your workplace, in your school, because you're realizing your value, your innate, powerful energy that you bring to the room when you decide to make it helpful and warm and glowing. You ever just smile at some mom that's having a hard time and her kid is acting up and acting like, Damien, and you're like, oh, this poor lady, I remember that, and you smile at them and you just make some comment. You put them at ease and it shows them that we're all connected in this wonderful way, and your presence is soothing. I already feel like you're very healing, soothing, and calming. I feel like dogs, animals, babies, I almost said those type of items, babies, those type of items, those type of existing beautiful creatures want to be near you, because you have a healing capacity when you're in that mind phrase. You have that presence of being wow, I can be a balm and a calming element to this situation. And you're really going to understand that. And you're also going to be able to protect yourself from outside influences that might have used to affect you. Again, you're going to become bigger than the environment, the emotion, or the turbulence around you, going, I'm not, nothing can affect me unless I let it. I can't get upset unless I let it. And we usually let it without even knowing we're doing it. It's a subconscious knee-jerk reaction. Well, I never really liked this person, so today they'll probably aggravate me. Oh, this commute is always hellish, so it's probably going to get on my nerves. But, pre-programmed, hardwired bullcrap. We have to refire and rewire, like Dr. Dispenza says. We have to notice what bothers us, not let it bother us, because we're in charge, right? We can listen to beautiful music while we're on a commute. I can tune out anybody in the world, even if they're talking through a megaphone. If I don't like their energy, I can play something in my head that kind of overlays what's going on. So we really can, because there are people around that just cast aspersions and they gossip and they're like, it's like they're not aware, and it will become more evident to you, these behaviors, and they do feel toxic. So you just have to be like, I do not partake in that. Again, you're doing everything mindfully and investing in yourself beautifully. You want quiet. You're trusting your instinct. You know when you need rest. You know when you have to release things. You know how to honor yourself and walk and act in mindfulness. And your last card, which is really beautiful, is Valor. This is you. Valor is all about behaving in a way that is elegant, eloquent, and it reminds me always of the Knights of the Arthurian table, the round table. Really stepping up when someone needs your help, having your compass point at true north, being honest, being able to evaluate a situation, not be like, what can I get out of this? It's like, how can I help everyone involved here? That's a valorous attribute, right? Everyone, we're all connected, and you're going to feel really good about that. You're going to be able to just embrace this new understanding that you're the navigator. Nobody else says what goes. Nobody can upset you. Nobody can bother you. You're steering the ship. You're awake and aware on a really beautiful scale. So I love that energy for you, group 2. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below if you need a private read or any of that. Yeah, stay inspired, group 2, because you're ready to go out there. You've got your own personal and spiritual marching orders, and you're like, let's do this, ta-da, and you're just ringing in this new year with aplomb and power, passion, and faith, and it's really beautiful. So love and light to you. All my links are down below if you need a private read on where this path is taking you. If you need your own set of jewels and blingers, everything is down there. Come see me on Instagram too. It's Sparkwist11. I'm running another contest today. It's just going to be a surprise. Everybody who follows me over there, I have all your info, and I just DM you, you're the winner, and I put up a thing, and today's going to be a good surprise. So love and light to you. Now we're on to free spirit. I love this, and I see this oftentimes in young children, like when they're really starting to understand, they want to know about things like age 4 through 7. It is like magic. I always love babysitting age groups. As they ask you, what do the clouds taste like? Every kind of magical thing. They're free spirits, and I feel like that's something that's going to come back to you. This faith in what it is to be free and know you're protected, and I feel like every day you're going to have these beautiful like mental resets where you're like, okay, I'm becoming too automated. I'm becoming hardwired again. I'm becoming skeptical. So boom, you're like, I want to be a free spirit. You're going to turn on that music and dance. I play reggae every day, and I just jam out, and I invest in that experience of beautiful music, and just, that's it. Nothing else is going on but those lyrics and that rhythm. And again, this group, I feel like you're going to test your limits as well. I feel like, yeah, so some of your big things is quiet. You're going to quiet the maddening crowd. You're going to quiet the noise. You're going to quiet the ego. Your big breakthrough is going to be like being able to assess a situation, know exactly what you want, deepen your relationships, know yourself better. Part of this is because you're just going to pause. I feel like you're really going to be able to plan your year, months, and weeks in advance really beautiful. Keep your life in order really beautifully. And this is no angst, no anxiety, or no overdoing it. Just going, you know what? I want to have a little foresight in this. Like you're going to have a quieter, calmer life because of this. Just going, I'm not anticipating anything, but I am going to plan this out. I'm going to take my car in for whatever oil change on this day, this, that. And you're going to look at household, car, finances, taxes, travel, all of that. And you're just going to be like amazingly effective and be able to, kind of recite your positive daily affirmations, make your vision boards, practice visualization, but all through a light kind of fun, free spirit. The more the more open my day where I don't have plans, the more stuff I get done because I'm open to the possibilities, right? I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. You're going to practice so much intentional living. You're breathing. You're going to take breaks. You're going to set up a monthly budget. You're going to perfect recipes, start a dream journal. You're really just creating a more balanced life right here with this free spirit, because you're like, I thought things had to be a certain way, but they don't. I'm going to, and this is really beautiful. You're going to trust in your journey. You're going to trust your gut instinct, your new innovations you want to put into place, what you want to receive out of the day, without putting pressure on yourself. And if you don't get it, you're not freaking out about, look at these together. Quiet, peace, and trust. Your whole thing is, wow, let me just evaluate how I used to live and how hectic and crazy it seemed because I didn't really have a direction. I would inundate myself with stuff I thought I had to do, and it was usually for other people. Now I want quiet in my life. I'm going to get rid of all the noisy squawkers. I'm going to trust that I need this time to grow and focus. I'm going to have peace. You're really just going to take breaks and be relaxed. And, your perception of your life is going to change greatly, and you're going to have such peace. You're going to modify behaviors and emotions and thoughts. You're going to set boundaries. You're going to heal from past wounds. You're going to respect the boundaries of others so there aren't arguments. You're not going to have all this petty garbage or nonsense. You're going to understand who you are and how you work and operate in a really epic way. And in order to do that, we do have to slow down. We've got to learn to see Spirit's presence in everything that we do, right? And step into the light and realize that you are a gift to the world. And with that free spirit is going to break through and honor the child within that says, yeah, I'm going to increase my self-love and self-worth and just dance when I want to dance, say no when I want to say no, eat the foods I want, and all of these things. Switch those thoughts from negative to positive. No more pressure on yourself, like a child in a free spirit would, right? Oh, I want to go for a walk in the woods. I don't want to do my taxes. Do what you want when it feels good, and you're going to have divine guidance help you have all this. This is the arrival of higher spirit in your life, your beautiful soul's voice, bringing you on this mission of calm and directed love for yourself and others around you. So that is really unique, beautiful energy, group 3. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. I love these flowers so much. Look at them. I like how they blend the colors, the pink, the rich pinks on the tips. It's so pretty. I love just one flower bloom in a tiny little jar, like miniature flowers. It's so pretty. So again, you guys, all my links are down below if you need a private read or anything like that. My Etsy store, coming over to Instagram, it's Sparkles11. I'm running contests today. I run them weekly, sometimes a couple times a week, and today's a surprise. And just by joining and following me, automatically entered. I do things on this cool kind of number pick, letter pick, and it's always spontaneous and fun. So love and light, you guys. Have an excellent day.